All right. Let me see here. All right, we're back in business. What's going on, YouTube fam? Welcome back to another stream. Let me just get this up and fired here. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just change this. Hope you guys are doing well. Ready for another stream? Let me just log into everything here. I'm getting. I bought a PC, so I've now got NinjaTrader fired up next to me as well. So I'm gonna be getting to grips with NinjaTrader, but so far so good. NinjaTrader looks pretty clean to me. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the stream. I'll get a few more people up and running here. What's going on? Let me bring this over here. Oh, there we go. Look, we got the shell. We got the shells back in the new spot. Beautiful. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Cool. There we go. All right. Hey Joe, Dane, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Now let me see how this. How do I open charts here? Futures. Good afternoon. What up, man? What up? Welcome back. Good to have you guys back. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just setting up NinjaTrader here on the side. There's a fucking fly in here. Gold, December. Let me see. Plot executions. Do not plot. All right. We've got Goldie up here. What time is it? We've got 5 more minutes, guys. I'll just let a few more people join. And then once we get a few more people in, we'll start, breaking down the charts. I'm gonna have a look at crypto today as well, guys. Crypto's had a pretty big sell-off, which is always nice. I can't lie. I love seeing crypto sell off. I'm not a big believer in crypto, so every time we do see it sell off, it's pretty fun. Grid lines, get them off. I don't like them fucking grid lines. Let's get that off. Let's get that off. Alright. Now get up. Chart trader. I need to get a mouse as well. I need to get a mouse for this PC. Alright, cool. You got your NinjaTrader fixed? Yeah, all fixed and running, man. Now I went to buy I just bought a gaming PC yesterday. A little laptop here. I got like an Infinity laptop, literally just to use for trading. I'm still going to be mainly using my TradeVate here, but I'm also now going to be trading personal and NinjaTrader on the laptop next to me as well. So I'm just demo trading it for a little bit just till I get to grips with the platform and everything. But so far, yeah, it's pretty clean actually. It's probably one of the nicest platforms I've used. I'll try and share it with you guys as well. Tuning in from Sydney. Good man. What's going on, man? Good to have you on the stream. Good to have you on. 8 people waiting. All right, let me let the Zoom guys in. Boom. Let me share my screen. All right, you seem to be up here. YouTube guys, drop a like for the stream. As soon as we hit 10 likes, we will start sharing the screen, start breaking down the charts. Let me just get this on here. Cool. All right, everyone seems to be in Zoom. I'll let a few more people join in. What time is it? We've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're going to get that hourly close and we'll start breaking down the charts. And then we can all laugh at XRP going back down, and we can also laugh at Bitcoin going back down as well. Let me just change this. But yeah, for the guys who were on Zoom yesterday, I got NinjaTrader all set up pretty well actually. It's actually really clean to use. It's as simple as literally clicking buy and just dragging and dropping your orders. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Mm. Beautiful. All right, let's do it. 11 likes. Look at that. Let me just get this on. Let's start breaking down the charts. It's better than TradeAvate. Yeah, I think so, man. I think I might agree with you. Yeah, it's definitely cleaner. I also like the way that on NinjaTrader you can set up that ATM strategy. So whenever I, just click buy, it automatically does the amount of contracts and it'll put my stop loss in at what I've set it to. So I typically have an average of like 20 pip stop loss. So it will automatically set my stop loss at 20 pips, and I can just drag and drop it to whenever I need it. But it's pretty nice that as soon as I click buy, it knows what contract size to do for me, and knows what stop loss and take profit to do for me as well, which is kind of nice. I quite like that feature. I've never really seen that before. All right, let's do it. What time is it? 2 minutes. Cool. We're gonna get this hourly closed. Let's start breaking down the charts here on Goldie. Look at this. All this liquidity got grabbed on gold. So let's get rid of these lows. I'm gonna clean up these levels. Let's delete everything. Let's do a fresh chart. Let's get rid of all this noise. All right, let's have a look at the daily close yesterday. So daily on gold is still oh, look at this. We have no bottom wick on this daily. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we have no bottom wick on this daily. So this could be a big top wick for this to reflip back bearish today. Let me just quickly see if we have any news scheduled in. Let me have a quick look. No news. Cool. Amazing. Let me just log into the TradeAvate account. So daily has closed bearish again for, this has been an incredible downtrend on gold. And like I say, we still haven't really liquidated any daily highs. But as long as we keep pushing down, and the daily's fully now closing back below this support, broken back below the support, retested, reflipped back bearish. As long as we trade below this support here, the next level on gold, very simply, it's kind of actually where we've just tapped in actually. So I was about to say here, so I'm just looking here. My eyes aren't over here, so I'm looking at what's here. I'm not interested about what's happening now. I want to see what's happening to the left. So to the left, we had this very nice wick, and these wicks here, and we can see that we've actually just tapped into that. So that's why we're having this initial reaction back up, which is fine. If gold is going to have another big push up, we're at least going to come and grab the daily lows one more time. And if you do start to break that, then next level on gold is going to be down here. Where's 1850? 1850 is quite a stretch for now. 1850, yeah, 1850 is all the way down there. I'll be surprised if you get that in the next few days. I'm very interested in what's going to happen today, but this looks good. Potential, yeah. So I mean, just anywhere more down here, I think you're going to see gold spike a little bit lower. Now the fact that we have opened today, had a little wick down and instantly pushed up, is a nice opportunity for you to short into that daily flipping back bearish. So this is the fuck is my Mac overheating, man? All right. Why is this fucking frozen? So we have these daily lows here now. The 4 hourly, had broke this level, came back up for the retest, and that's what we were trying to. We were trying to buy into that pullback yesterday. We took that very small 4 pip loss, but we were basically trying to catch this. That was almost a $7,000 just retracement back up, which we knew needed to come before gold's going to push back down. But that move's now happened, and you guys can already see here before the continuation back down, we came back up to re-grab the highs before pushing back lower. So we're going to be looking to do something exactly the same on the daily time frame before potentially pushing back higher. So if gold's going to have a push back to the upside, you're very likely going to see it come and grab the daily lows before doing that. Gold is never just going to tap into a level once and then just completely reject. That's not how gold moves. So that level's kind of gone now. Let's have a look at the hourly chart here. We can kind of see we're trading, kind of got this little level there, which is quite nice, being respected. And then we've also got this resistance here as well. Kind of may see it spike a little bit more, but you do also have
there's a 4-hour resistance over there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice. Previous 4 hour closed bearish, doji bullish, doji bearish. So this could actually this may spike up a little bit more. Maybe
actually it's more clear on the 30.
30, yeah, let's have a look,
That's
man.
I'm talking about.
Let's have
Yeah,
a look. Yeah. So we have. So you've actually, before this push up as well, you've actually seen these lows get grabbed, which is nice. You wick out the lows, push higher. So now you could potentially see this come up and grab some highs. Let me just see, trying to paint a picture of what's going on here. So that level is actually really nice. So you see, you broke above it, bounced, wicked out the lows, now re-pushing higher. Let me just keep this chart for the 5. Let me do my 30 levels here on the futures chart. Let me get rid of all this. So that level can still stay. Yeah, these levels are fine actually. Here, yeah, it looks pretty nice. No top wick in this current 30. So hourly's just closed and is instantly pushing down here. Let me go to this 30-minute time frame. Oh, this is an instant bottom wick. You may see this flip back bullish in a second.
Do you mind if I draw one?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it. Yeah, nice level, man. Really nice level. I like that. I like that. Gonna go at this level. So if we break above, where would you see it come into? Possibly back up into there. You know, you may see it come and grab this. If anything, I would prefer to go short though today. You know, we've had this nice push down. This is the retracement in the Asian session, which is what we were trying to see yesterday. Retracement in Asia. Follow through in the real move in London and US. If not London, in US. But you may see this just push up a little bit higher. So the 30s, I'm just going to adjust these 30 levels. We kind of got this nice support here. We got this resistance sitting, let me just call it. So you kind of had some there. You got these support broken back above. So you may see it just drive a little bit more. And then let me just see 15-minute time frame, what's going on here. So we have also, like I say, we've bounced off this support right here. Support broke, resistance broke back above, retest, push higher. So you're trading back above this level. You know, you've reclosed back above here. You may see gold have a little spike up pretty early on here. Let's see if we're going to wick out this 5-minute low. So 15-minute low. If you can grab that 15-minute low, what would that be pushing back up into here? 20 pips? Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's use this top right chart for the 5-minute. We'll get some nice liquidity sitting above there. Now we have just wicked out these highs. So you kind of got that little level there. You had that support. That was this stop punt there where it broke back below, fake retest. People try jump in shorts there. Gold breaks back above, retests, and now pushes higher. So we're in this little little push higher. We just grabbed that 15-minute low. Have you just wicked it out, Goldie? If you have, I will consider some buys. Almost. It's almost like a little double bottom there. Let me just make sure the currency chart hasn't wicked that out. No, yeah, it's got a little bit more room. But you got the potential to see some early on longs on gold back up into these highs. It should be, you know, around 16 pips, which is nice. But let's just see how this 15 is going to react once we're grabbing this low. This previous 30's closed bullish, and now this current 30 on gold is pushing down bearish within the first 7 minutes of this open. Now, if gold's going to have a push up and have this continuation of this bullish push, it has to come down to retest these levels on the lower time frame. On the 30, that's the bottom weight before then reflip and bullish back up to the highs. So this push down early on is kind of what we'd want to see. So this is quite nice here. If we actually put a stop loss on InTrader, ended up at a total of 15 contracts. Oh man, you actually can. You can do it. It does it automatically for you on NinjaTrader, which is actually quite nice. Where it says ATM strategy, if you set up a custom ATM strategy, now I have one for gold. Let me just set one up again. So you can set, you know, the order quantity, you can set your stop loss, you can set your profit targets, you know, you can set up a stop strategy as well. So you can actually set up quite a lot on there, which is nice. These lows are getting grabbed here on gold, this is good. You may see this push up soon. Took the low, yeah, took it nicely. So we just grabbed that previous 15-minute low now. 30's kind of retesting this little level. I may consider some buys soon on Goldie. Let's just see.
But in terms of sales too.
So from this region, even just to create a top wick, you got 10 pips. To drive up much higher, you got 20. Because this is, look at that lovely 3-pin pattern there. Push higher. Now grab the previous 15. If you get start to throw some bullish. See how this 5 minutes is going to close. If this comes to re-break its own high, I may look for a little trade here. Have we rejected any sort of little minor trend line? No, not really, not yet. Let me just make sure, is this showing here? Let me see if this is working. Yeah, cool. Alright. So we're still pushing lower. I'm not going to jump in until we see some sort of rejection. But I'm trying to take it. I'm prioritizing taking it on this on my TraderVit account, but I also want to be able to take it on this Ninja Trader just so I can get to grips with the platform. But I'm going to be focused on executing it here. Look at this push. Look at this push. So 5 minute is looking pretty heavy here. You can consider some sells once you get maybe 5 minute closure. Where would you want to see it? Actually? 15 is quite a lot of noise here. Probably want to see, yeah, you probably have to see it close pretty comfortably and aggressively through this level. But I wouldn't be surprised if you start to find some 30 support here and you start to come and wick back up. I'll be surprised if we come and grab that high in the London session, but who knows? Be very, very surprised. Not that I'll hold for that long, but it's possible. Possible. We're looking to how to add a stop loss. Don't have 15 contracts. Yeah, there's a lot of contracts, man. Depending on what you're trading, that's a lot of contracts. Yeah, it's really clean. The way you just like can drag and drop the stop loss, and you can see the orders getting filled. It's really nice. I really like it. Alright, Goldie. Just gonna wait for a little bit more here. I'm not gonna jump the gun too early. This 5 minute has just reclosed back bearish, so you're gonna see the lows grabbed a little bit more. And this is the last 5 of the 15. So depending on how this 5 minute starts to form, this 5 is very, very important, because if this 5 closes bullish, then the wick, the 15 is gonna be closing back above this level, and that's where you may see it drive higher. But if this 5 starts to look like it's going to close bearish, then you'll see that 15 close heavy. This is the initial push up, so you can't trust this move just yet. You could only probably trust this current push on gold, maybe once you break back above there. So we took a little 4-pip loss yesterday in the Asian session, and then we took a little break even in London as well. Wasn't a whole heap of volume in London because you had them unemployment claims, but we're pretty clear on the day today, which is nice. Let me just have a look at the calendar. Pretty sure there's nothing real scheduled in. Let's have a look. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing crazy going on. Nothing crazy. Look at that 15 now. Where is this? Yeah. The break even. This trade in Asia ended up hitting full TP as well. We just got stuck in a little bit of a low volume, which is pretty expected before that news. But the actual analysis was very, very nice. I need to figure out how to. This PC that I bought auto locks way too quick. How do I turn that off? Auto lock. Huh? Man, I haven't used a Windows PC in so long, so I don't know where anything is. Oh, this 5 minute is looking pretty nice here. Let's see. I have to see how this 15 is going to close, but this wick here is looking real nice, real nice. How much of a? Yeah, it's almost a 8-pip wick already. Called screen timeout. Thanks, man. Let me have a look. Because it looks way too quick. Screen time. Screensaver? What? Oh, screensaver? No, it's not a fucking screensaver. Why did that not come out? What do you say it's called? Screen timeout. Screen timeout. Might be called sleep. Yeah, screen timeout's not coming up for me. I have to fucking fly in here. Sleep. Yeah, maybe it's called sleep. That's not coming up. Sleep music? Not quite. Settings, system, power, and sleep. Settings and display. Alright. So it's 5 minute. The reason that this 5 minute has had... the reason I'm not jumping in longs yet is because this 5 minute pushed up very early on in this 5 minute. I'd want to see it push down and grab the lows before then. You know, late into the candle you want to see this happen. Because that's usually the time we see the most manipulation. Let me just get the chat up over here. Let me move this for a second. I feel like an old person trying to use a computer again. How do you have to use these things? Where's settings? Alright, settings, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Oh no, what have I done? Settings, power and battery. Screen and sleep. There you go. Turn off after 3 minutes. No, don't do that. Turn it off after 2 hours maybe. Yeah, cool. Alright, done it. Thanks, guys. I use Windows 10 or 11? I have absolutely no idea. It's a very good question. I have no idea, man. I would assume 11 because I just bought it. I have no idea. Yeah, I've got it, guys. Thank you, though. It kept blocking yesterday. Alright, got 2 seconds here. This 5 minutes about to close. Really nice here. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that 15 wick now. So we got that closure, which is amazing. This is what we want to see. And now this 15 has to come down and wick a little bit first. Man, fuck off. There's a fucking fly on my screen. Distracting me, trying to get my signals. Oh, look at this 30 now as well. This is what we're talking about here. Oh, let me just get rid of this. What have I just done? Breaking everything today. So look at that. That 30 just left that wick and completely reflipped bullish. Now this 5 minute is the first confirmation of our analysis, but there's no bottom wick on this current 5 just yet. I would have need to see that quickly wick down and then push up. I wouldn't really take it off the rip. But so far, analysis again on point. So that 30 minute wick is now almost 15 pips, which is huge. I swear to God, man, if this thing just rips, I swear. Oh man, alright. You're fucking getting out of my room. Go on. Fuck off. There we go. The fly is gone. So now we've grabbed the highs and we're pushing low and oh you motherfucker. Excuse my French, this fly's doing my tits in. I thought I just got it out. So now because that 30 has now created that top wick, that's what we were basically buying into. So you'd be buying into that top wick, which is now being created at 16 pips, and now it's just kind of had that little push back down. But again, we haven't really grabbed any highs. So this still could be a level where people will probably be trying to short looking for this big play back down. But you know, as we know how gold moves, as long as you haven't liquidated the highs, there's still opportunity to buy up into that. So you kind of got this trend line coming on down here now. The more you kind of mess around this trend line, the more likely you're going to see spikes higher. But let's just see. 5 minute is respecting that resistance for now. You know, we're always going to have an initial reaction, even if we're going to break. Wait for the DXY to break the recent lows in the 15. Yeah, good man. Good man. But yeah, if this 5 minute here had instantly pushed down and grabbed the lows, I would have considered market executing some risky longs up into that top wick, which would have been like 17 pips. You'd already be in and out. It's almost like a $2,000 trade there, in and out. But because it instantly pushed up, I haven't chased it. Sorry, man, go on. Go on.
Did you watch that Logan Paul controversy?
Which one? He's got a lot. I watched a CoffeeZilla thing where he was involved in a shitload of crypto scams.
No, this is different, man.
A new one?
Too different. Yeah, it's regarding his fiance.
I was watching the Dylan Dennis Full Send podcast. I'm only halfway through it. Yeah, I was watching it before.
You could actually watch the Dylan Dennis Twitter account right now. You'll get the glimpse.
Yeah, I'm keen for that. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Good UFC on the weekend too. I got Sean O'Malley fighting on the weekend. I'm pretty keen for that one. That's gonna be a good fight. So because that 30's now created that top wick, I'm not buying or interested in longs just yet. I would have been buying into that top wick, which is now being created. So you see here how this 15 didn't have a top wick, but now it's come up and being grabbed, and now you're seeing that pushback down. The only way we can... So we're coming into... This is going to be the first 30-minute close of our session. If we close back below here, we can look to take this down for, our overall bias into them daily lows. And the interesting thing here is on gold, before this push back up, we haven't grabbed any liquidity. So at some point today, these lows are all going to get grabbed. If it gets grabbed in London, amazing. But mark on these lows, guys, because like on every session, when you see these double bottoms, sometimes it doesn't come in London, but by the time you get to US, you've already seen price all the way back down here. Look at that 5 minute close, beautiful there. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Oh, how long we got? We got about 10 minutes. This 15 could potentially re-engulf. What would stops be here? If I took some market execution hurts, 13 pips, not too bad. 5 minutes closing pretty nice, and we've rebroken that 15 low, which makes you think you're actually going to get a closure back below here. So if you were to market execute some sells, you'd have a stop at like 11 pips for this to have a much bigger drive lower. Just see if you can get some signs of rejections here. I'm more eager to wait for this first 30 close of our session. But the fact that this 15 has wicked out that low again and finding some resistance, I still do think you can see a drive lower. But it starts to reject, I'll consider it. How long we got? It's still got it's the first 1 minute of this candle, which is nice. It's pretty rangy for now. It's pretty choppy. But it has closed below here. Little fake out, break back above. But yeah, XRP has had a lovely sell-off. I love to see it. Look at that. We wicked out that double top on XRP. Look at that. It's exactly the same principles as gold. Wicks out the double top and grabs the liquidity and has a big sell-off. Look at that. That's beautiful. So I got in longs and XRP down here and I secured up here. And now this thing has just absolutely dropped back down over 50%. So it's around these regions. I think XRP got relisted on Coinbase. All these people try to jump back in, straight back down. You can't help but love to see it, man. We've had that marked on for a while. So it's a pretty nice sell-off. So hopefully everyone, because we were talking about this in the community, hopefully everyone who did ride this push up, you make 50, 60% in crypto, man, take your money and fucking run. This thing pushed, what, highs of almost 100%. If you ain't happy with 100% return, you should go back to the casino, because that was a lovely, lovely return. And you could have even been looking for some shorts on there as well. Grab that double top, reflip back bearish, beautiful. Look at this 1 minute, pushing aggressively here. I think it's going to re-break these highs in a second. Look at that 15 now. I'm just watching the 5 here. 5's pushing up pretty aggressive. We got no bottom wick on this. Sorry, one chart on this. Do we? Yeah, actually we do. Very small, but we do. What should we use this chart for? Let's have a look. Let's look at Nasdaq just in case it moves in London. Pushing lower. 34 people. YouTube tuned in. Remember, drop a little like for the stream. We're gonna get some bank today. We're starting to see some volume, which is good.
This is gonna be the new and improved trading plan, bro.
Oh man, I've been taking some time to reflect.
I hope you have, bro. I hope you have. I just saw you story before. I was like, oh wow.
Man, getting back to basics. Got some learning to do.
Yeah. Start again.
Yeah. So if anyone knows any course sellers, I need to go back to square one. GJ bleeding. I know you don't trade it. That's alright, man. Have a look. Yeah, there was some pound news, right? I think there was some pound news. Yeah, DJ pushing that wicks up the highs, re-breaks the lows. Big push. I'll watch it. Alright, let's see if this 5 minutes finally going to close back above this level. Ideally, this 5 minute close is strong to give this 15 this nice bullish closure. Buys looking good. Yeah, buys could be looking good here. How many pips do you have if you close above here up into these highs? Yeah, you got minimum 10, which is quite aggressive, but it's not too bad. Oh, 17 actually. Yeah, 17. I'll take 17. Wait, this isn't Asia. That was towards the end of US. Where's Asia today? So about 1 a.m. London time, 1 to 2 a.m. Breaks out the lows, re-breaks the highs. That was a nice little Asia push. Grab the lows. Buy stop. Boom. No bottom wick though. Look at this 30. Look at this. How much percent do you risk per trade? Probably like 1 to 2. Probably less than that, to be honest. You know, like. So let me see. It's 5 minutes to close. So 5 minutes not closed above just yet, and we're chopping pretty aggressively in this range. You know, you can see how that 5 minutes closed bearish, bullish, strong, back bearish, strong back bullish, and instantly back down. Yeah, if you can come and re-break the highs, I'll consider it. But let's just see if we get some rejections. Nice push in Asia, but didn't see an entry. Yeah, it was a. So I was just kind of like I was looking for the only possible entry I can see is probably here. After it wicked down the lows, so you can have a buy stop once it re-breaks the highs. But my only thing is this candle didn't even create a bottom wick. So in hindsight, I'm not even sure if you actually would have been able to catch that. I mean, it did hit highs of like 20. But yeah, then you would have been like, you know, break even at this level, 7.
The slow crawl too.
Yeah, very man, very choppy.
And tedious watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of risk, it's like it's very small. So I'm trading this on a 150k top step account. You know, trading about 10 contracts. So if you see here minus 2, this is like, you know, minus $200, minus $400. You know, 15 minus 300, 300, 100, 400, 800, 1300. So it's actually less than, you know, 1%. But yeah, for the most part, I'm always trading, you know, 5 to 10 contracts. If this 5 can re-break its own high here, you may see this push. And then you can have a stop loss much nicer. It doesn't need to go all the way back down here. You know, you could just have it here, but the previous chop to the left here is what's kind of putting me off this trade a little bit for now. I'm not going to take this just yet. The futures didn't have a top wick in the 5 minute, but it's just now being created. How do I put on buy stops here? I can do buy stops, right? Buy stop, yeah, nice.
Order submitted.
Ooh, alright.
Order cancelled.
She talks to you as well. I like that. It's last 5 of this 30 as well. So you'd want to see this 5 close bullish to give that nice 30 wick to reflip back up. Folks are losing 2% plus a trade. Yeah, pretty easily, man. So the good thing about us is we manage our trades very, very well. You know, my like when I show when I look at my journal, and if you see like on my journal, you know, -4 pips, -2 pips. I didn't get in this trade with a 2 pip stop loss. I got in this trade with maybe about a 10 to 15 pip stop loss, but I managed the trade, you know, as it pushes in my favor. So I reduced my risk as pushes in my favor. Exactly the same as the trade that we took yesterday. We took like -4 pips yesterday, which is a very well managed trade that originally stop loss was all the way down below the low. But as soon as it breaks below my level, I cut it straight away. I don't care. I'm not here to trade with the bias. And this trade yesterday, you know, we took $400 loss. Well, it was about 450. If I didn't manage the way that I did, it would have actually ended up hitting full stop loss of like, you know, over $1,000. So although my trades, you know, may show -4, -2, I'm not entering them trades with the 4 pip stop loss. That's just crazy. Even here, 15, but -3, you know, -3, -1. On average, a lot of my trades, you know, my stop losses are less than like 10 ticks / pips. So yeah, it's very, very well managed. And that's not, like I said, that's not me getting into a trade with a less than a 10 pip stop loss sometimes, but for the most part, it's the way that we manage that keeps our losses very, very small. And that's all you can do in this game. You have to manage the losses. I never enter a trade, you know, if I'm scalping and intraday trading like this, I will never enter in a trade that needs a bigger stop loss than 20 ticks. Because if it needs that much breathing room, then I'm probably entering it a bit too early and I just need to stay a little bit more patient. Not that there's anything, like, you can enter in a trade with a 30 pip stop loss if you want. But for me personally, I just won't. I'll wait. If my trade needs a 30 pip stop loss, then I need to also give it a little bit more room and a little bit more time. But yeah, like I say, the losses are very, very small, simply for our trade management plan. So we've got 8 seconds here. Look at this 5 minutes, not breaking out this range. Respecting the highs, respecting the lows. 15s reclosing back below this previous low. And the 30s now reclose back into this range. So if this can give a more of a top weight, you can short this back down into, because look at all these 30-minute lows. None of these have been grabbed. So you're going to see a stop hunt pretty soon. But this is the low that grabbed this low. So I'm not sure if you'll come all the way back down into here, but you may just come and grab previous lows. If this 5 could push up a little bit more, I would consider... too late. Stop loss would be 10 and short it down to 15. Yeah, 10. I took a long entry around 4 AM your time, decent 1%, but closed it earlier than I needed to. So around 1% still good. Sometimes, you know, if you're intraday trading like this, you know, your price hits your TP, and it's pushing with good momentum, you can just trail your stops. Once you learn to trail your stops when it's pushing in your favor, you know, you can maximize your profits a lot more. Something that I've just kind of still been getting used to as well. But it's very easy, you know, when you see your trade running and it hits your full TP, you just want to close it. But if a trade hits my full TP, you know, I'll just be very aggressive with my trade management. For the simple fact that, you know, if it keeps running amazing, if it hits my stop loss and profit, well, I would have closed there anyway, so who gives a shit? But if it keeps running amazing, I'm going to have an even bigger position. So yeah, 30s closed, you know, had this little this support broke, resistance broke back above, tried to confirm a support, closed back below. So trading back within this little tight range. How many ticks is this? 10. So too tight of a range to want to trade just yet. Still getting used to trading myself. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's good kind of mental practice as well. You know, it's very easy to look at the profits and be like, oh my god, fuck, let me just take the money. But if you look back at a lot of your trades, if you're getting into a trade when there's good volume, if you just trail above like every 5-minute high, you can pull out so much more. And on gold, same as gold and NAS, you know, for the most part, you can actually trail really, really well. Where was the last time you actually had a good push or good momentum? So yeah, here. So let's just say, for whatever reason, you know, you got short on gold from like here. So once you trail there, actually that one did wick out the high, but after that point, you know, you trail there, and you would have got taken out all the way down there, as opposed to if you just wanted to close here, you let it hit your full TP. Whenever you want to close, now start trading above the 5-minute highs, and then boom, boom, you get taken out all the way down there. So yeah, you can pull out a lot more. If you have a 100k account and you have a 10 pip stop loss on gold, say you're risking 0.5% on position, how many contracts would you use? You want to be using 5 contracts. So if you're 100k account, 10 pip stop loss, so 10 pip stop loss on 10 contracts is going to be $1,000. 5 contracts is going to be $500. So for the most part, like I say, trading 5 to 10 contracts, for the most part 10. But that's taken me a long time to build up to being able to trade 10 contracts. Like back when I was trading currencies, I would start off using like 0.01s, and then you get to 0.1s, and then 0.5, and then 1 lot, 2 lot, 3 lot, and so on. So I always say to people, just because you see me trading 10 doesn't mean you should be trading 10. You have to earn the right to be able to trade 10 contracts. Exactly the same as, I want to get to a level where I'm trading 100 contracts, but I can't just jump in and start trading 100 contracts. I have to earn it. I have to deserve to be able to be trading 10 contracts. Because if I try and trade 100 contracts now, the psychology is going to affect my performance. So I have to get it to a point of where trading 100 contracts is exactly the same as me trading like 1 contract. Like, it's meaningless in terms of like my psychology. Because if I trade 100 contracts, 10 ticks on gold, it's going to be $10,000, which is, it's pretty crazy. And I mean, if we'd been doing that for the past few months, on paper, we would have been, pulling out like 62,000 this month. Last month, 137,000. On paper, it sounds great, but I know psychologically I wouldn't be able to follow my plan as well as I do with 10 contracts as 100. Just yet, anyway. It's a level that we'll get to. We'll go from 10 to 20 to 50 to eventually 100. But that's not going to happen for the next few years. It took me a long time to go from... I remember even the first time I opened my first like 0.1 on gold. And, I almost fucking fell off my chair. But you then just get comfortable using that. Yeah, like I say, it's important because you see people on social media trading this huge size and you think, fuck yeah, I want to trade this huge size and I could just make like 2 pips and be done for the day. But that's not how trading works. You have to, like I say, I right now don't deserve to be trading 100 contracts, so I'm not going to trade 100 contracts. I have to earn the right to trade that. I've been trading 10 contracts on futures for like, maybe 3 or 4 months now. And now 10 contracts to me is just like trading 5. There's no difference. Like I'm pretty comfortable with risking like $1,500 to maybe max $2,000 per trade. Like I'm comfortable risking that. And that's like the biggest loss. But am I confident yet to risk 20,000 per trade? God no, absolutely not. So I'm just waiting to see a little bit more here. You can see gold's kind of... I'm just going to expand this 5-minute range just so we don't get too zoned in on this. But you can just kind of see we're kind of just playing around, these levels. This 15 support's being held pretty well at the minute. So I'm not going to jump the gun too early. Obviously, I want to see gold break lower because the downside to come into this liquidity and down into these daily lows is really big. Down into here is like almost 70 ticks, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'll take 30 of that. Got a bounce, bro. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Gio, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Enjoy your weekend as well. See you next week, man. But yeah, for you guys on Zoom who are trading on Top Step, I do highly recommend giving NinjaTrader a go. It's actually really clean. I really like it. I haven't figured out how to keep your chart layout saved though. Every time I open Ninja, I have to keep trading the chart layout. I don't really know how to save it. Oh, there you go. Save chart image. That was hard. Wait, is that?
When you figure it out, bro, you should tell me how to do it.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just being, because there's definitely a way to do it. So when you fire up NinjaTrader, it will just be automatic.
Yeah, surely.
Because
Every time I close my charts, I gotta set them all up again.
yeah, do you do it through the bit where you go new and then new chart and then you have to do all that shit again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know how to save it either. There'd be a way.
Yeah, there'd definitely be a way. Because I went on I went on workspaces, and I created my own workspace, but when I click on it, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, that's what happens to me, eh? I created a workspace and I click on it, nothing opens.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck knows, man. Ooh, it's 30. So it's 30, just grab these lows here. How's this hourly starting to look? Go into workspaces on the main screen and save as the default. So I've done that, but then, so if I just close my gold chart quickly, you know, I'm in the bit where it just, you know, shows my accounts. Now if I go workspaces and then I've saved it as FW trading, if I click on that, nothing pops up. The only way I can get up a chart is if I have to go on new and then chart, then it does it all over again. Or maybe I'm being a bit stupid. I click on new and workspaces. So if I go new, how's this hourly starting to look? Oh yeah, this hourly could be really nice. This hourly is a big support. If this hourly can flip bullish, this could be huge. I say if, it's a big if. If this 30 closes back above, how long we got until this? We've got about 20 more minutes. Yeah, if this 5 starts to break up, you know, by the time this hourly flips bullish, it's going to look like a lot of sense. Go into workspaces on the main screen and save default link. Click on new and workspaces. So I've done that. But if I click on chart, it doesn't fucking do anything. No, maybe I'm being stupid. I probably need to figure out how to use it better. But yeah, this hourly to me still gives me signs that I think we could push up. This 5 minute, oh, see, I'd love to take this 5 minute, but this range is so small. This 5 minute has closed bearish. We've rebroken the lows, so you wicked out the lows and now reclosed bullish. So if you could see this 5 minute drive, this isn't a bad little trade. But if it re-breaks this low, then you don't want to be in, so you could get in this with like a 10 pip stop loss and be running this back up into previous hourly highs for like 25 pips. But I just don't like the way the 5 minutes been chopping so much to the left. Aaron, it takes like maybe 2 to 3 days. I did it when there was delays, so yeah, it doesn't take too long, man. Sign a few deal contracts, and then you're pretty much ready to go. I think one of the guys in the community had theirs like within maybe a day. Some of the others it took maybe like 2 to 3. So on gold here, on this 5 minute, if you're going to see a push up, you want to see this low respected. So if this low gets broken, you wouldn't want to be in a trade. So getting in gold, if this does reflip bullish, getting in buys, you know, stop loss below this low is very valid. It doesn't need to be all the way down here. It can just be down here. Because if this 5 minute gets rebroken, you're probably going to see it roll over. Because you want to be seeing something like this. You have that initial wick, the second wick that grabs the low, the third wick respects that previous low and then pushes higher. So if you just look at this 5 minute, it's looking almost identical to what you saw here. Before on the 30, that was, you know, almost a 25 pip push up. Monday's looking good. Yeah, good job, Aaron. If you just passed, good job, man. Good job. Oh, is this 5 going to flip? I got my fucking chart up here. How many you got? 2 more minutes here. Let's just see. We're starting to find some volume here, which is what you'd want to see. And the thing is, to be fair, even with this trade, you can actually probably just manage below the current low. So if this reflips bullish, you know, you leave this wick, you can even just manage there at like minus like 5 ticks, which is great. If we start to throw rejections, honestly, wouldn't mind seeing it pushing down a little bit lower and flipping it like the last couple of seconds. This is the last 5 of this 15 as well. It's looking like it's about to flip in a second. I don't have any orders in just yet. I'll tell you guys when I do. There you go, starting to already flip. So it's created a top wick now. If this now comes back down, I'll consider it because that's where it would have been tagged in. So I'm not in this just yet. Let me just type it up just in case anyone thinks we're in. What's going on there? The only reason I'm not jumping in this just yet, you know, the 5 minute is valid here, but the way that this price action is, you can see this close bullish and then just reclose bearish. I don't want to get chopped up. I ideally want to see this break above, but this hourly, you know, by the time this hourly closes, if this flips bullish, it's going to be like a pretty obvious buy. I just want to see a little bit more volume than one bullish 5 minute candle. Because last time you had a bullish 5 minute candle, it came back down. Same here. Came nice and bullish, straight back down. So I don't want to predict too much just yet. But this is a nice high here, where if this gets broken, you're probably going to see a push. So you could even have a buy on the break of that high, and then you got your stop loss still below wherever this is going to be at, like, you know, 8 ticks, which is nice. This is the last 5 of this 15. 15's finding some big support here as well. But it has also rebroken these lows many a time. So, and because it's the last 5 of the 15, you know, if you jump in longs now, you do still then have to survive the bottom wick of the next 15 before pushing higher as well. Which I would then just rather see this closure than get involved on that candle. But look at this volume. 20 seconds here. Let's see, there you go. It's not flip bullish, so I'd be cutting that trade straight away. Like I say, I'm not in it, but if I was, I'd be cutting that straight away. As soon as it retests, boom, I'm out. I'll be done. Alright, so let me just see how this 15 has closed. So the 15 has closed respecting the support. Still kind of closing bearish, but failed to actually close below the previous. How many pips is this body? I don't want to jump in it too early, but I'm going to be slightly annoyed if this hourly, you know, by the time it's closed all the way back up here, because that's the move that's looking likely as it stands right now. So if you took that flip, you know, you could probably cut it, trail a stop at, like, you know, minus $200, or cut it now like minus $100, which is great. But it hasn't broken above, and this is something that actually I'll explain that later in the community. It's too important to give away. I'll explain to you guys after. So both of these highs here are liquidity grabs of the previous 5 minute high. So whichever one gets broken, you know, you have the potential to see gold have a drive. Hey man, new to channel and new to trading. Good man, good to have you on the stream. Notice you're in Oz. Yeah, I'm living up in the Sunshine Coast now, man. Nah, pretty much all I trade is really gold. Pretty much Asia, London. Sometimes in the US, you know, I'll watch a bit of NASDAQ Dow maybe. But for the most part, I'm just really trading gold. I haven't really traded US session much at all this week. But yeah, the reason I love gold so much is because, you know, on gold, if you can catch like 20 ticks on gold, you know, 2 to 3 times a week, if that, you're making very good returns. And if you look here on gold, you know, 20 ticks can happen. Like, see, what was this push up? That was almost a 30 tick move. It's just in this little small range. And the thing about trading in Australia is, you know, when you become more like full-time, don't get me wrong, you can stay up till like 1, 2, 3 a.m. trying to trade New York. But for us trading gold, we don't really need to. That's the kind of why I like trading gold so much, because, you know, 20 pips on gold to move, it doesn't really take too much, and it can happen in almost any session. But yeah, that's the reason I love trading gold, and the way that it moves and has these liquidity grabs is the reason we love it. So I've got a little push here. It's re-breaking this high. So if this high gets broken, this could be the high where you may see this drive. 15, yeah, look at that. See that 30 now is probably going to close back above. Gold breaks previous high. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. Even up into this previous hourly high here. Before this push down, we didn't grab these highs, but now we've wicked out all of these lows that we were talking about. Like this. So now we've wicked out all their lows, now you're kind of re-pushing higher. I just really want to see some volume from this 5 minute, and as soon as we get that volume, I'm going to be straight in there. So this low got respected, and now we're re-breaking this high. So because we're re-breaking this high, this could be the push to see this go higher. I really just want to see a closure. Just because the 5 minutes have been closing with, you know, 5 tick range, which is very, very tight. But look at that 30 now. 30's looking good. Hourly's looking good there. 4 hourly. Not great. But no, I'm not trading for the next 4 hours. I'm trading for the next 5 minutes. This is having a lovely push now. We still have time. Still want to see this close. Oh. Flipping bullish, let's go. Yeah, lovely push, man. Lovely, lovely push. I'm so used to using TradingView for Top Step account. How come you don't use Quant Tower? I personally just prefer the look of NinjaTrader, to be honest. I just prefer the ease of it. I haven't tried Quant Tower though, but it just looks a lot more complicated. Maybe it's not. Like I said, I haven't actually tried it. It would be the other one if I have any issues on NinjaTrader, which I don't think I will. Then that would be the next resort. But yeah, NinjaTrader to me just seems a lot cleaner. Let me just see how this is pushing. So you're grabbing that previous 1 minute low. If this 1 minute flips bullish, you may see a push. Didn't really grab any lows there. The only reason I'm just watching the 1 minute here because this is the last minute of the 5, and if this 1 minute closes like that, that 5 is still going to be given a little shitty wick. So you don't really look at anything else during morning to Arvo? No, that's it, man. Gold moves great in Asia. There you go. Moves great in Asia and moves great in London. So there you go. There's that wick. Which, you know, if I was jumping in these, if I was in a long position, I'd be a little bit stressed right now because I'm not getting any fucking commitment. Which is the reason I'm just staying slightly patient here. Because all we need is volume, which can come at any second, and I'm ready for it. Brit from Manchester, lives in Sydney. Hey, nice man, nice. I'm from, I used to live in Manchester for a little bit. I'm from Jersey originally though. I used to live in New Islington and Manchester, if I'm saying that right. I lived in Manchester for like 6 months or something. But yeah, I've lived in Australia for how long? Fuck, almost gone up to a year, which is crazy. No, not a year. Oh yeah, maybe like 8 months or something, which is mad. Pretty crazy. Look at this. This 30 minute is still 8 minutes though on gold. As we know, anything can happen here. So you've got this 15 level, like yeah, like this. Ah, 42 component isn't. Ah, good shit, man. Good shit. You're lucky to get that. I'm lucky. I have a New Zealand. I have New Zealand citizenship, so that's the reason I can live here. But I know for Brits trying to move to Australia, it's very, very difficult. So just waiting for a little bit of volume here. That's fine. I'm not chasing anything. I'm just waiting for that volume. We've got the London Open in about 10 minutes as well. Whoa, what the fuck? Why don't my light just go fucking crazy? What was that about? Yeah, don't do that. So if we don't get a breakout, and not this 5 minute, but the next one, we should see some volume. But then, you know, this hourly, how's this hourly looking? Yeah, this hourly is going to be really key to see where we're going to take the next hour on gold of this London session. Really, really key. For you guys who are new to trading, maybe you've never traded August before. In August, you have to keep your expectations very, very low. You know, gold can just chop, same as anything. But it can also push in one 5-minute candle. And one 5-minute candle is pretty much all you need. So a new 5 minutes just opened. I'm on the wrong chart. Let me put it 30 back down there. Not really grabbed any lows though. How's Nasdaq moving today? Choppy. That's oil. I'll stop looking at oil, man. I don't fucking like oil. I was trying to watch oil again from an intraday perspective, but I don't fucking like it. I think oil is good for swing trading, but for day trading oil, like the 5 minute, man, it's just fucking crazy. Where are we from in Sydney? I'm not in Sydney, man. I'm actually from. So I live in the Sunshine Coast at the minute. I've just moved into a new house here on the Sunshine Coast. I need to come back to Sydney though. I stopped off in Sydney on my way to Thailand a couple of months ago, but I've never actually. I want to do like a proper little, little week traveling trading trip around Sydney for sure. All right, this 5 minutes looking like it may close quite nice here. If this can close with some volume, then this next 5 is the most important 5. Let me just see how it's going to open. We've got 7 seconds here, so we're constantly re-breaking these highs. Let me just see how this 5 is going to open for a potential trade here in a second, guys. If this can push down into here, I'm going to execute some buys in a second because I think there's a lot of liquidity sitting at these highs. And this is the last 5 of the hourly as well. What would stops be? Stops would be down here, and your TP is going to be much higher to come all the way back up into these highs. So the move that we know is coming, it's just if we're going to get the freaking volume. We haven't really grabbed any. This 5 and 15 is looking bearish now, but this hasn't closed. If we start to throw some rejections here, we'll get ready for this in a second. You can half risk some buys now, buying it back up into a top wick, but not yet. Okay, how does the best day, can it be 50%? Does that change? Yeah, so just of the total profit goal. So for the 150, you can't make more than 4,500 in one day, which it's unlikely to happen anyway. Just because they want to see more consistency than just someone who's going to pass the challenge in a day. So as long as you keep like your best day, I would say just stick to less than 4,000. I mean, you shouldn't really be hitting more than that in a day anyway, man. But
Sweet. I just didn't really know how if it changed as your profits went up, so you had to be making sort of different profit goals, but
yeah, no, it's quite good. It used to actually be 30%, which was much easier to hit, it was much tighter, and I had done it on gold before, so like you couldn't have your max day better than like 2,500 or 2,700, and I did like 3,000 in one day in one time, and so I had to then try and beat that. But now that it's 50%, it's good. I shouldn't really be coming anywhere close to hitting like over what
45
45
true. That's all right then, because thanks bro.
Yeah, that's right, man. But
it
doesn't trail. some of the rules at first are kind of hard and weird to understand, but the consistency one is better now. I feel like like at some point I'll probably just get rid of it in total, but it's not too
that makes sense.
But no, it doesn't change. Look at this 5. We got 2 more minutes. Look at this 5 pushing. So we didn't execute any buys just yet. This price action is crazy in this range. Trading your full-time job? Yeah, man, I've been trading full-time for like over 3 years now. I've been trading for 5 years in total. One step, one rule. So there's loads of rules. Ron's just a hater. one step, one rule, except the consistency rule. I was in Thailand 2 weeks ago, got drunk and just got me past it. For 6 days, good man. Got in, jumped the gun, instant drawdown. Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm personally just waiting for this. The reason I trade these buy stops is because if it doesn't re-break its own high, then I'm not going to get tagged in, so I don't have to sit in drawdown. But if it does come back up to re-break its own high, then amazing, I'm going to have a buy stop and I'm going to see some nice volume. But if it just keeps sticking around, you just have to be careful in this range, And, I've been very close to taking a trade, but I haven't yet, for the simple fact that if we just, and this is very important, if we just come here in this 5 minute for a second, this hide off all analysis for a second and just actually zoom out. Like this 5 minute, and I'm saying this from experience because I've got burnt out many of times by trying to trade bullish and bearish 5 minute engulfing candles. Because if you trade 5 minute bullish and bearish engulfing candles on the 5 minute on gold in a range, you can get wiped out hard. So look at this. This 5 minutes closed very bearish, very bullish, very bearish, very bullish, very bearish. So whenever I see that, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just draw on the highs. Let me draw on the lows and just actually wait for good closures out of that range. It just helps me get stopped in shit price action. But the 5 minute for me is only for execution in confluence with this 30 and 15 minute here. So the kind of 30 and 15 direction right now it's not really been confirmed. This next 16 seconds is going to be very important, but it's not really confirmed. So on the 5 minute, just draw your resistance there, draw your support down here, and pretty much just wait for price to break out. If price breaks out, amazing, you follow that trade down. If it just continues to range, then you just sit on your hands and just wait. It's very, very important. So has this hourly just closed? The hourly just closed. Oh, it's fucking pretty shit hourly closed. But the hourly just closed bearish. So we haven't grabbed any lows. So it's just closed bearish without really grabbing highs. I still think these highs may get grabbed. But I think you're going to probably see some lows sniped first. Something like this. You're probably going to have a pretty steep stop hunt wick of probably all of this support, and potentially come and tap back into these regions down here. But it's very choppy. It's very choppy. But yeah, like I say, you have to be careful on the 5 minute. The 5 minutes just for execution based off what you're kind of seeing on the 30 minute. But if you did take longs from here, as soon as you're getting this retest now, cut the trade at break even. If not, tiny bit of drawdown and just accept the loss. If you got in longs, you market execute here, you can cut it there. There's your opportunity to get out at break even and just wait. And that's the don't when it comes back up, don't hold on to it and think, oh my god, now it's looking bullish. It might go back up. We don't trade off what might happen. This is price giving you the opportunity to cut your trade at break even. Cut your trade at break even and wait for a closure. If it then recloses bullish, amazing, you can consider taking it higher. But if you go from being in drawdown and price closes bearish to then coming back to entering a little bit in profit, cut the trade at break even, wait for the closure, re-enter, amazing. Because if this just reflips back bearish, you'll be like, fuck, well, why didn't I cut that trade? This is very important. And that's what I do almost every single time. If I got in longs here and then price closed bearish and came back to my entry, I cut the trade at break even straight away, regardless of if I think it may still go up. I'm gonna re-enter longs once the price actually recloses bullish to then follow it. And this is something as well, is say if we jumped in longs, let's just say we jumped where it is around entry. Say for whatever reason we jumped in longs here, and we got a really nice trade. As soon as it closes bearish, if I cut it here at break even, and let's just say, because this will happen as well, say I'll cut it at break even, and the next 5 minutes just goes straight to TP. Will I be annoyed that I cut my trade at break even? No, absolutely not, because that could have easily retested and reflipped back bearish and hit my stop loss like it's doing now. And that will happen sometimes. You'll cut your trade at break even when it closes against you, and then it may go hit full TP. But the chances of that happening, you know, is a lot less than it retesting and reflipping bearish, and it eliminates you trying to predict the markets. Because this 5 minutes very, very choppy, and it's kind of nice having this little PC here as well, because I can just see like a clean chart with no analysis, which is actually kind of nice. When using VWAP, do you day trade on the 1 hour VWAP or what indicator? I don't use any indicators, man. I use none at all. I'm a pure price action trader. I don't use any indicators, man. None at all. Not that there's anything wrong with indicators. VWAP is probably one of the only ones that I would say. VWAP and maybe moving average, probably the only indicators I'd say you could use. But for me personally, I don't use any. Yeah, but for me personally, being able to read a naked chart allows you to be, you know, one step ahead of all indicators and a step ahead of, you know, all market conditions. If you can read a naked chart like we do, you don't need anything else, man. Nothing else. Just understand wicks, liquidity, and a few formations, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with using indicators. I've tried to use indicators before, moving averages and stuff, but for me personally, I just find I rely on them too much. I don't know why. I know you're not supposed to trade it like that, but say if I have a moving average that, you know, has come like this, and the second that it comes into it, like in my head, I'm already thinking, fuck, I need to get in longs, and I kind of ignore, you know, very simple technical analysis. So I just stopped using it because it can easily bounce and then just come back lower. Like, you're not supposed to trade them just buying and selling off them, but it's hard for me to see it, like, you know, like a moving average and not just try and take longs or shorts off it straight away. It just kind of throws off everything else for me personally. So I'm just I trade liquidity grabs, you know, tops and bottom wicks, and just breakouts and following momentum, and that's all we do, man. Thanks for that. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Now slopping. Let's have a look, man. Yeah, choppy, man, choppy. Goldie back up at the highs. So look at that, 15 now. 15 closed very bearish. Grabbed the previous low. Didn't grab these lows. Now flipping it back higher. So we take a look at this one. Where is this one? So 27 kick move we caught. Liquidity grab, shorting down into the double bottom. There's another example. 17 pips here. Again, liquidity grabs the low, re-breaks highs, follow momentum. So we just trade pure price action and pure levels. That was a lovely trade, actually. That was when I was in. It was actually when I was up here at the Sunshine Coast. What's this one? 28. Break out the lows, boom. So this is a good example here. You have that support, liquidity grab, price breaks back above, retest, boom, you take the momentum back up once it's had the liquidity grab. So liquidity grab and price action. So that's all you need. But yeah, people just overcomplicate trading these days. People have so much technical analysis on their charts that I don't even know. I see some, like, I go on social media and I see like people drawing all these like different letters, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck this even means. Analysis paralysis is real these days. The more you overcomplicate your charts, the more you're going to hesitate, and hesitation kills traders. You got to keep it super simple. Super simple and trade with no ego or bias or emotions. Follow the charts. Do you trade live for your... yeah, every single day in a London session. That's what... here. These are all in our session. So I stream this on YouTube, you know, twice a week. In the community we do London every single day. Look at this 5 minute, just chopping. Chopping. The more you kind of mess around these highs, the more I'm gonna want to look for something. Where do I find this now? Where is it? This is kind of what I'm gonna be looking for now. Is this the right tool? Yeah, this here. So I want to be looking like something like this now. I want to see whichever first way gold's gonna break out. I want to see this fake out before the next real move, like this. You know, we have that support there. If you just drag it down here, you got that support. You know, you get that breakout, the fake retest, break back into the range. Amazing, you take it to the highs. So that's what we kind of want to now do on gold. The more you trade in this range, the more likely you're now going to get a fake out before the real move. So it happens to the lows again. You know, we'll see that retest, you'll see a little bounce, and then amazing, we'll look to do something like that, and vice versa to the lows. If we wanna now take gold lower, we'll wait for a closure above. We'll wait for the fake retest, and then we'll wait for the closure back below. Retest, boom. So that'll be our liquidity grab, and you know we'll look for that to happen somewhere, you know, above here, like that. So the more you mess around in these ranges, the more likely you're going to see things like this, and these things here, this exact setup here, happens on every single time frame on a range in gold on the first breakout. Because this is the level where, and this is how retailers get absolutely fucked on gold. Excuse my French. People see price coming down into this support, you know, they go long and they have their stop loss below this low, and they get stopped out, and they're like, oh shit, well, I just got stopped out. And then they do this. They go, cool, well, price is broken back below now, retesting, so cool, let me flip my bias and let me go short. And then boom, they get then stopped out again. So these breakouts and fake retests, we've been trading these setups for years. For you guys who have been in the community for longest, we've been talking about these setups on gold for literally like the past 3+ years, and they never fail to amuse me. And they happen every single time. You get the break, you get the fake retest, people jump in short, bam, straight back above. And that's the reason people hate gold, but that's the reason we love it. No, not yet, Dan. Not yet. We are very close, man. Very, very close. But we're just seeing this 5 minute just chop around quite a lot here. We were considering some buys, you know, back up into these previous hourly highs up here. But no, we haven't jumped the gun just yet, man. We're just waiting for this 5 minute to break out this choppy range. How much capital do you need for? You decided, yeah, I will do it full time. Sorry for the question on it. Not at all, man. You need to apologise. Let me just see a chat here. Oh, gee, yeah. Soon, hopefully, Dan. Soon, as soon as we get some breakouts, man, we'll be in there. But in terms of account size, you just kind of need to, you know, reverse engineer what you would need to sustain your current lifestyle. So for me, when I took the leap to full-time trading, you guys can check it out. Let me just share it. If anyone hasn't already seen it, let me just post it here. I did a whole video about how I went from being a broke student to working a 9-to-5 job to taking the leap into full-time trading here. But it all depends on what you need to sustain your current lifestyle. For me at the time, I didn't really need a lot, you know. I quit my job in Manchester one day. I went back home to live with my parents for a little bit till I kind of got my first funded account. I had a little bit of personal capital behind me, and that was enough for me to take the leap and go run with it. And I would have been trading for like about like maybe 1.5 to 2 years before that as well. The thing is, as soon as people come into trading now and they're just so focused on the money, and obviously, you know, we trade for money, obviously, but in the beginning, if you focus on consistency as opposed to being like, you know what, I want to make this amount of money, you're going to delay your journey, because in trading, once you become consistent, the amount of money you can make is endless, but it's about the consistency and pulling out consistent returns on whatever account size. And then once you do get that consistency, like I say, you know, you can get 100k, 200k, 300k, 400k funded account. Before you know it, you're also building your personal capital. And then, like I say, once you get that consistency, it's just a snowball. But getting the consistency and not focusing too much on the money is where most people go wrong in the beginning. Loving the streams, mate. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate you tuning in, man. No trades taken just yet, just because we're waiting for gold to break out of this range, but we're still showing a lot of value here as always. Like I say, we can't control this volume on gold, we can only control the positions that we take, and right now I'm not going to take anything. As soon as we get a breakout, amazing, I'm ready to take the trade. But until then, we're just going to wait. This 30 is looking quite nice here because we're grabbing the previous 30-minute highs without grabbing the lows. So if this can flip bearish, you know, you're going to see a pretty steep drive. Oh, how's Nasdaq looking on the daily? Everyone's talking about short in the market. Is it pushing down? Yeah, pushing down actually quite a lot. Oh, daily's broken out of that support, which is huge. Broke there, retested, pushed lower. That's a pretty big level. Nice. I think too many people are probably trying to short the markets right now. Oh yeah, this weekly is going to be very key on Nas. If this weekly closes back below this level here, for the first time since what we traded below this back in start of June, you know, you could see some pretty big downside on Nas. A nice drop in the 1 minute ATM. Oh nice, let me have a look, man. Let me have a look. Oh yes, oh wait, what? What are you talking about? Eversource Energy. What are you on about? Oh, look at a nice little fake out there. How's that looking on the weekly as well? Pretty heavy. Yeah. Same as this on the S&P. If you get closures back below here, you know, you could see a pretty steep push. Oh yeah, there's a nice little push here. That's a lovely push actually. Great knowledge, thank you, man. Could you pull up GU? Yeah, let's have a look, man. So I'm looking at the pound futures, but it's exactly the same. Oh, look at that wick. So you had that pound news today, didn't you? They know some pound news. I don't know how that news has come out, but it's clearly pretty fucking bearish. Daily on GU, very choppy. Very choppy. So daily range on GU is very tight. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, man. Good morning. 15 on GU. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Let's just have a look at the hourly. How's Goldie? Fucking Goldie, man. Chopping. So GU has wicked out some highs and closed back bearish. Now you just see it come into some support here on GU, but I think you may see this drive a little bit lower. I wouldn't trust this current bounce. If anything, I'd be looking to take this lower. Like I said, I don't really trade the pound futures, but yeah, if I had to say, I think you'll see GU drive a little bit lower. Maybe come back up, grab a little bit more liquidity, and you know you could see GU have a pretty steep push back down. Maybe back down into like, yeah, probably back down into there or something. But it's pretty choppy. I haven't traded GU in a long time. I have traded before, but I'm not a big fan of it. Thanks, man. No worries, man. No worries, man. No worries. You've seen it. It's just very messy. Where would I what would I be wanting to see to enter? You would have a pretty big wick there. Probably see it maybe spike up a little bit more, and then you could probably take it back down further. But it's quite choppy. If you're not in a trade yet, I personally wait for a breakout. But I mean, you know, once you kind of get into this range, you're going to come into a lot of difficulties because you can see how much manipulation you get around this range. So I wouldn't trade in this range. If you break below this range, amazing, you could take it all the way back down into here. But yeah, you know, you may see before a push back down. If you can wick out this previous 30-minute high, amazing. You could look for some sells to come all the way back down into the lows before you even break into that range. But you know, from here back down to here, you got like 40 ticks. All right, Goldie, how's that 15 just closed? So 15 just closed bullish there, but it's still leaving a bit of a shit wick. I'm also keen on this 30. What's the stop loss going to be? Stop loss going to be 10. And you see it drive all the way back down runners. Because the main bias today on gold is to come all the way back down into these daily lows. And I don't want to miss this move. Whether or not it comes in London, we'll see. But you know, before you know, if you see it all the way back down here and this daily flips back bearish, it's going to be like a 70 pip drop, which is huge. So, but before that move, I would be very surprised if you don't see gold come up and grab some highs first. So I think you can come up, re-grab some highs, and then I think you're going to see this push back down. We've had a pretty strong push up today in Asia. Now we're just kind of consolidating, looking to accumulate some liquidity. How can we switch? So I'm trying to use Ninja Angel for personal, because I don't really trust my personal in Tradeovate, and for the fact that, you know, if I want to max out Top Step, I can't. If I want to do like one more 150k, I can't do it now on Tradeovate because they don't offer it anymore. So it's like, I kind of want to have every single one on the same platform. You know, I wish they would still do Tradeovate because the platform is clean, which I'm still using this one here now on. But if I wanna max it out, you know, I don't want to have like 2 on Tradeovate, you know, 1 on NinjaTrader and then personal NinjaTrader as well. So I've been putting off getting another one for that simple reason. But yeah, I'm trying to get my personal setup on Ninja. That's why I bought this computer to literally just use for that. But it's clean, man. It's actually it's so far it's kind of nicer, to be honest. Well, I don't actually. The TS Trader platform is great. Actually, I can't complain. Look at a 5 minute. We just look at this with no analysis here. Look at this. Chop, 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 chop. Yeah, YouTube guys, we've got 52 people tuned in, 22 likes, guys. Drop a little like for the stream. Feel free to ask over any questions, same as you guys on Zoom. Ask over any questions. I'm just waiting for a breakout here on gold. That's all we're waiting for. I'm not going to force anything in this range because, you know, if you take a trade here, say if you took the longs here, and you get stopped up in this, man, there's nothing more frustrating than getting stuck in a range where price is closing bullish and bearish and bullish and bearish. Like, it just burns you out mentally so much. Let me see. What's he going to trade? Yeah, enjoy Andrew, man. I'll probably be on as well. I haven't traded it much, but I'm going to try and trade it tonight. Just because I think this move on gold is going to be pretty big. And this weekly close on quite a lot of instruments is going to be very key, man. Yeah, so I'll see you there, man. Enjoy it. You've got to play Mary Poppins. We'll get that on. But I mean, I'm still sticking around. So, you know, we've still got another 40 minutes here. Like I say, 1 5-minute candle on gold can give anything. As soon as we do get that breakout, I'm going to be taking it straight away. And if we do get a trade, you know, close to when our session would end, I will stick it out to see the trade play out, of course. $58. Look at that. See, we dropped a few likes and people have picked up. Now we got to take a trade. We got to take it. Hello, Sammy. Hello. You've been got it?
No.
Huh.
I'm bored.
You've been shopping.
I've been food shopping.
And clothes shopping.
Food shopping.
And clothes shopping. Using my credit card.
You're a day trader. You don't need a credit card. Your money's your money, babe.
Yeah, I don't know why I said credit card. I meant debit card.
Maybe next time though, just follow the YouTube comments. People's plans. They seem to know what they're doing quite well.
Come here, Sammy. Come here, buddy. Look. We need some signals. Come here, buddy. Oh.
Save me, Mum.
We need some trading signals. Oh. Give us some signals. At least act like you're enjoying yourself. You got stinky breath. Where are we? Are we buying gold? Selling gold? What do you reckon? Nothing.
That's the 1, 2, 3 way of going.
You know, just enjoy it for 5 minutes. A 5-minute cuddle. Come on. We're just waiting for gold to break out. Alright, okay. Bye.
And let him stay, because that's who. I'm going to while I try to cook dinner. What time? Have dinner.
Why did you do that if you don't even have a watch on? I'll be off in like 40 minutes, depending on if I get in a trade. About half 6ish. 7, half 6, 7. Yeah.
I don't know what time is my phone, but
It's 23 past 5.
7.
Are you hungry now?
No, it's 8 snacks.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Can you trade top step anytime, or just when the market's open? Yeah, you can. So you could trade it in the overnight session as well, in the Asian session. That's kind of what we trade it in Asia. The fills aren't going to be as accurate as in London or US, but yeah, you can trade it in any session, man. So why use futures for gold? Is it better understanding of the raw gold versus gold USD? Yeah, pretty much, man. For me, since trading futures, since moving to just trading, if I'm just going to be trading gold, it makes no sense for me to trade gold on an FX broker that is going to screw me on spreads each way, and I'm going to get poor fills, and that's kind of been the biggest change for me. The fact that if I was to go on here and click buy, I'm going to get filled at the exact price of what gold is at right now. And I have to worry about, getting filled with spreads, all the way up here or something like that. The exact price of what I'm going to click buy is the exact price I'm going to get filled at. I pay commissions, but the fact that I'm trading with no spreads and instant execution is so much better. And it's way more regulated, at any point. And if you guys have been trading for a while, you can see any Oanda charts can just have random massive spikes. Whereas if you're trading here, this is the actual exchange price of the gold futures. This is the price. So this is the exact price of gold. This is the price that Oanda's giving you. So Oanda could manipulate this price at any point, but that price, that spike doesn't actually happen to the price of gold. It's just all of these providers here. These aren't giving you the exact price coming from the exchange. They're giving you their price, and they can manipulate price at any point, and it happens all the time. But for me, it's just been the execution. The fact that I can trade 10 contracts and I get executed the exact point of where I take the trade has been a game changer. CFDs, yeah, it's just I've had my time with I'd trade currencies and FX 5 years. It was fine. I wanted to trade some currency pairs, but the fact that I'm now just trading gold, it just makes no sense to not trade it on a futures exchange. There's just so many benefits. For me, the main one being fills. Instant executions, no spreads. I don't have to ever worry about my broker screwing me over with random spikes that here on the futures is just never going to happen. Makes sense. Good info. Yeah, no worries, man. I did a whole video on it as well. You can click on the channel. I did a video about quitting forex and the reasons that I did make the change. But for you guys, who are maybe just trading just gold, like I say, it makes no sense to trade it on a CFDs broker. Especially true on indices, oil, bonds, gold too. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Futures will always beat CFDs. Absolutely.
Do you want a wall charger?
Phone charger?
Wall charger. For the phone. All my chargers have disappeared.
They've disappeared.
They've all disappeared.
Wow, we
since
must have a burglar in the house. No, I haven't.
Can I borrow your microphone?
Yeah. They've all disappeared, Sammy.
Oh, Sammy's eating them. Thank you.
Have you used Magic Keys keyboard for your trading? If so, do you think it's worth it? I actually bought one, and I never used it. No. I think it can be good, but setting it up when I was using Mac at the time, it was just so much effort. It wasn't worth it. I had a good risk management calculator built into MT4 that was just as easy, and it was built in as well. But yeah, also remember on futures, let me just share this quickly whilst we're waiting for Goldie here. Remember, guys, on futures you can trade currencies as well. I just sent that in wrong. So you still trading futures. Like I say, I was just breaking down the British pound futures, which is basically GU. So you can still trade currency as well. And I've just posted the link of Top Step as well. So Top Step, you can trade many of different currencies. You know, you can trade. I can still trade Aussie dollar here. You know, I can still trade the yen if I wanted to. And I can trade Nasdaq. I can trade the S&P. You can trade the Russell. I can trade some bonds if I wanted to. But yeah. But the fills, and you know, since people in the community with me as well have moved to futures, all the guys have said they would never go back. Look at this 5 on gold. This is crazy. You could trade the euro as well. Let's see. Yeah, euro. Canadian dollar if you really want. 6C. There you go. So you can trade Canadian dollar futures. I can literally trade so much more as well. And exactly the same, you're still going to get amazing executions. You don't have to worry about spreads all the time. And the funding opportunities in like I say, I just put a link to Top Step. The funding opportunities in futures is way better than an FX as well. So you can trade even more than that. I hope gold has a breakout sometime soon because I want to fucking trade. But this is August though. This is the reason I'm staying patient. It's just August. Like I said, we can't control this volume. S&P moved this morning in 1 minute. We trades got. That's the thing. Like we traded it. We traded it well. Like actually, kind of around this year. Oh yeah, it's a lovely move actually. Man. It's a lovely move. No, my only concern is that the volume's so hit and miss. Like I want to kind of be coming into a session knowing that there's going to be good volume. Whereas with Nasdaq, I mean, it's having a nicer volume than gold, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it's just so hit and miss. That's my only concern. Like getting stuck in something like this. It's like, so this looks great here, but it's like, at what point does this become good volume that you can kind of trade it? Is it before the move's already happened? You kind of missed it. Whereas you know, if you trade like Nasdaq and ES in the US session, it's like I know there's going to be good volume. Even if it does still range, the range is going to be way bigger.
You have ducks on the astroturf.
In the house?
No, not that part, the other part behind the fence, but he hasn't realised yet.
Ah.
They're literally there looking on it.
Take a picture.
My friends are flat.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you can. You know, we have traded Nasdaq in London before. I just think expectations have to be kept a little lower. That's all. It's just, yeah, like I say, it's only because the volume is kind of hit and miss. But yeah, these are all the instruments you can trade on top. So like I say, you can still trade a lot of currencies. Trade crude oil, trade the E-minis, trade natural gas. I haven't traded natural gas in a very long time. Very, very long time. Trade soybeans, trade the Dow, trade the bonds. I seen trade gold. That's what we're trading. So yeah, we got a lot of choice. A lot of choice. Thoughts on the minute close to the pound. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we just had that 30-minute close. How's that 30-minute just close on gold? Actually, not too bad. Actually, oh, this actually isn't too bad. If this, because we grabbed that previous high, but the body still closed back below, and now we're instantly just gapped up, pushing higher. This on gold is not bad to short. I just don't fucking trust it. If I was shorting gold here, your stop would go above that previous 30-minute high, because if that gets broken, you don't want to be in the trade, and then you could be shorting it down, you know, potentially all the way back down into here. I just this 5-minute just unfortunately gives me no reason to jump in this trade just yet. Unfortunately, you know, I'll still consider it. I just really want to see this 5-minute fucking break out this range, because if I jump in a trade now on this 5-minute and I get stopped out, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. I'd be like, well, why the fuck did I take that trade? 30 technicals are looking nice for a push down. I just need to see momentum. Thoughts on the 30 close? Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Quite nice. I think you'll see it spike a little bit more though. We'll be watching the previous 30-minute high. I think you'll see that spike up a little bit more. Yeah, NC should be strictly one session only in my opinion. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so as well. Because yeah, like I say, volume's kind of hit and miss. I don't really know what the execution's like on NAS in London. But don't get me wrong, sometimes NAS can have amazing moves in London, but sometimes it can also do nothing. For the most part, I think it just kind of chops. Have a name. What's up, How's it going, man? Good to have you back on the stream. Come on, we got 55 people tuning in. Let's get a trade. Give us a breakout gold in whichever direction. I don't care. It's Fun Coupon Friday, and I want a fun coupon. Oh, 5 minutes just liquidating them highs now. We just get rid of this for a second. The 5 minute hasn't really had any real liquidity grabs. I mean, the 30 minute has. But I think you're going to see a little spike higher. Check, yes. Friendly fire, what's going on? Sorry, man?
Man, do not complain, but look at this.
I know, man, I know. It's painful.
Such a shit PF.
Yeah, it's so bad, man. It's so bad. You just have to stay patient. Yeah, yes, it's dropping pretty fast. Yeah.
I mean, like 5 minute was actually good before London.
Yeah, here, man. Yeah, what's say this was Asia. So Asia was better than London today. You know how many ticks is this? This is a whole like 60 tick move, and people say Asia's dead. That was a very nice push. Oh, look at that. On ES, wicks out the highs, breaks, push higher, boom, lovely. Very nice. See, that's a nice push in London today. So that's the move you want. You take sells here, you cover down here. So that's London. Let's have a look at London yesterday. Yeah, London yesterday. Where are we? Oh, maybe I should get off the fucking 1 minute and I might be able to find it quicker. So London yesterday. Yeah, London. No, so probably jump on here. Yeah, still London. Still had a nice little run up. Whether there's an entry or not, I'm not too sure. But then it kind of did chop. I know. On Monday at the Open, NAS and ES had some beautiful moves. So there's London again. So you guys, you're definitely seeing the moves. Whether the entry, the only thing is you know you could catch a nice move, but if it's gonna correct in your favor as opposed to moves with volume. You know, like let's just say for example, you know this if you short here, this is a lovely pushback down, but if it goes bullish bearish and takes like half an hour to push in your favor, for me it's not really a trade I want to sit in. Like exactly the same as this on gold. Like if this keeps correcting down in this price action, I wouldn't want to be in it. I want to be in a move with nice volume. You know, even if it pushes in my favor, it depends how it's pushing. I mean this 5 minute push is beautiful. You know, that's a lovely push. That's what you'd want to see. But it's if it does that for the most part. If it just kind of does this and makes its way down with like no real volume, it's not really worth trading. But if you get these pushes, yeah, amazing. Like that's a lovely push. Like sometimes I think we've done it before where we've caught a trade on gold and it's pushed exactly in the favor that we wanted, but because it took so fucking long to get there and it ranged so much before it that we just cut the trade. I think it was an Asian session last month that I think we cut it at break even, and then it ended up hitting full TP for like over 40 pips, but it was just the way that it was correcting was just not worth drawdown profit. You want to be getting in with some good volume. Look at this 30. So we just had a little bit of that trend line manipulation there that we've been talking about. You just grabbed the previous 30 minute highs. I wouldn't really want to see that grabbed again, to be honest. We're grabbing highs so much more at the minute. We're trying to grab even more liquidity to be able to have these pushes. in a time of high volume, you have that one drive, the second drive that grabs the previous, and then the third drive you want to see that high respected. But yeah, just 5 minutes ass. But it's alright. Like I say, although we're not jumping in a trade, we're also not taking a loss. We're simply just waiting for a breakout. Like I say, we can't control this volume. We can just react to it. We can only control the positions that we decide to take. So if you take a trade in this range and you get stopped out, only you took that trade and you decided to trade in that range. So let me see that third. Let me see that third on the pound. Yeah, I think it's back up a little bit more. How long we got? We got like another half an hour. Right, give me guys 2 seconds. I'm just gonna grab a drink. I got a fucking mosquito in my room. You're gonna get it as well in a minute. Where have you gone? Alright, give me 2 secs. But yeah, for the guys who are new to the stream, new to trading, this is just August, unfortunately. The markets aren't always this choppy. No, I drink a lot of sparkling water. What would you say your max pip stop loss is? Well, let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. So what's the biggest been so far this month? You know, -4, which was yesterday in Asia. In July, the biggest was 15. That was just due to a little bit of slippage. And then, you know, in June, 7. So on average, I would say, you know, like less than 10. But you don't have to try and get in trades with that type of stop loss. Well, that's just me managing my positions. You know, when you very first start out in trading, don't worry about trying to squeeze out the biggest risk reward. You little fucker. Look, you little cunt. Oh, that motherfucker has been biting me all day. He got away this time. But yeah, don't worry about trying to squeeze out the tightest stop loss very early on in your journey. You know, it's better to let your trade breathe and let it follow direction. And as you have more data and the more you progress through your journey, then you can kind of refine a little bit more and work on building a trade management plan. And Corey, I'm pretty tuned. Do I trade course? I've just finished baby pips. Yeah, good job, Corey. Nice, man. Yeah. Go through the Discord, and I would start off. So I'd go to the trading course section. I might start even removing some of them and start kind of work your way through them. But also in the meantime, I would watch, go on the Trade Breakdowns channel, and watch all of the latest trade breakdowns, just because they're going to give you kind of the best example, because they're all trade breakdowns of trades that we've taken on stream. So you'll be able to pick it up a lot quicker by watching, you know, me trade live and asking questions live, as opposed to just watching course videos. So, you know, I'd watch them to still get a good understanding, and watch the most latest ones. But the trade breakdowns, I think, are going to give you the most value. The trade breakdowns on these streams are going to give you the most value. You know, I recap all the winners, you know, any losses we have, and most of these trade recaps are just for us. Like, there was a 60 pip push on gold, you know, it's like almost a 10k trade in like 20 minutes. You know, all of these trades, I'm showing the whole reasons behind them. So, you know, you could watch like the liquidity grab video on the trading course channel, and then go watch a few trade breakdowns, and then you'll be able to see it putting live into practice into real markets. But that's just me anyway. I'm more of a practical person, so I prefer to see things being done live. That's the way I prefer to learn, as opposed to just watching something. Did I just get you? Oh, you little fucker, I did. But yeah, and shoot over any questions at any time, man. anytime. If you're new and you feel like you're asking a stupid question, the community is the most non-egotistical place, man. You ask over anything at all, and people and myself will always jump in and help. Do your Discord videos explain futures trading as well? Yeah, so most of all of the latest trade breakdown videos have all been based on futures trades for the past like 3 months. Man, I've been bitten again. I'm in the middle of revamping the entire trading course as well, to be more like, just pure price action, what we're doing here. Oh, gold, please give me a breakout. How do you do the dotted line on TradingView? Which one do I do? This one? Yeah, so you can do this one here. The horizontal ray like this, and then you can just go, if you click on it and go here, you can do dotted, or you can do dashed or dotted. So I do dashed. And you can change the thickness of it as well. One thing you can also do as well, which I think I've lost it on my chart because I had to reset my charts, but one thing you can do, if you guys who are maybe new to trading gold, on gold, you want to be marking on all of the hundreds and 50 levels on the higher time frames. So you want to go on your charts and you want to be marking on like 1850, 900, 1950, 2000, because these are the levels that on the higher time frame gold reacts off perfectly. And once you do it, so say if you put on 1850 here, let's put on 1850. Let's get rid of this for a second. What you can actually do with these bigger levels is if you go into here and you go visibility, you can untick the minutes and the hourly time frame so they're just on the daily, just so when you don't go down to your intraday time frame, you don't have so many lines everywhere. You just want to keep your higher time frame lines of the the 1850 and 1900 just to the daily, weekly, and up. If you want to just keep it onto the daily, then you get rid of that and it'll just be on. So it's gone now. If I go on to the weekly, see it comes back up 1850. If I go to the daily, it's gone. So it just kind of helps you keep it a lot nicer, and them round psychological levels on gold are very, very important. But I personally just don't like them coming up on like anything lower than the daily. So I would mark up on all them and just tick it to there. Or if you just want to have it to come up on the 4 hour and up, then you can just tick that, change that to 4, and then you'll have that line on every time frame from the 4 hour all the way up to the monthly, and it won't be on your intraday, just so it's not full of noise. Ooh, 5 minutes, finally breaking out here. Look at that. Is this going to be the breakout where we're going to see the push, or is this going to be the first fake out of the range? Oh, that 15 has just closed some great volume though. Look at that. That's probably the nicest 15 push we've seen all morning. Have I just been fucking bitten by that little twat I just tried to kill? Oh, this is the first breakout we've seen. Oh, look at that. Coming straight for them motherfucking highs. I knew it. Alright, well this is what we want to see. We've got volume. Now let's see if we can get a trade. Let me just get rid of Discord here. Finally, so this is the first breakout we've seen all morning. These 30-minute highs are going to be the key. Oh, man. There's a mosquito here absolutely rinsing me. But yeah, that 15 has finally just closed out of this range with some good volume. This is the strongest 15 candle we've seen all morning, which is exactly what we've been waiting for, which is not huge, but still, it's a breakout. That's good enough for me. Now, what do we want to see to enter? That's a good question. Let's have a look. So we're creating a double top here, which is nice, because now you can see that drive up. So anyone trying to jump in shorts, anyone trying to jump in off this resistance is going to get stopped out in a second. So I would like to buy into that. I just have to get into a position where it makes sense. Cheers, so simple. Yeah, no worries, man, no worries. See, how many pips do we have up into these highs? Still 14. How does hourly's looking pretty? Oh my god. I was just about to say hourly's looking pretty good, but it's not looking great. But it is still, you know, it's re-engulfing and it's still coming to grab them 30-minute highs, which I've said we needed to grab before that push back down. We're gonna have to see that liquidity grab. So the more you reject here, the more sellers are going to be brought into the markets, the more likely you're going to see a spike up. Sounds great. Such a nice community. Thank you. In between jobs, so we'll look into it. I got the time. And then 100k challenge. Yeah, good man. Pleasure to have you, and you're welcome anytime. And the currency chart, no bottom looking at 15. Yeah, I did think that. Yeah, on the futures, there's not. See, there's no one on the futures. Did the currency chart have it? Did you see it? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, not even on the currency chart. That's little bit, a little bit. The 15, you know, is closed back above here. But my concern is what I said earlier. Do we take the first breakout and risk something like this? I'm not sure. But the more you mess around these highs, like I say, the more likelihood you're going to see this spike higher. Because to me, this is a retail chat for people trying to short this resistance with their stop sitting, you know, just above this previous high here. And if we actually drag this along, I've just noticed there's even more of a bigger double top and almost a triple top. Like here. Sorry, don't do that. What? Here. So I want to be buying into this resistance. It just has to make sense. I can't buy it now because, you know, it's only 5 pips away. You know, you may see it drive all the way back up there for 15, but in terms of risk to reward, so we wicked out that previous 5-minute low. Did close doji. We got 30 seconds here. We're going to close back into this range. If this can start to wick back above, you know, I'd consider a buy on the break of the body. And, you know, I'd have stops very, very tight below maybe this low. Because this is the low that grabbed the low, pushed higher. So you don't see these lows respected because these are lows that broke, retested, push higher. 13 seconds here. The 15 still got 10 minutes to flip bullish as well. So the next 5 minutes, if it opens and instantly pushes down, amazing. So you got a big level up here. So it's just broken back into the range, retest and push and lower, which isn't a bad sign. Gold's testing us today. I think a lot of people are probably getting burnt out on gold. I'm being patient here. I want to execute a trade, but it has to make sense to me. It has to make sense. I say it has to make sense. What I mean by that is, if I have to be break even once we liquidate these highs, it has to be set. It has to make sense in the fact of, you know, it has to be like a minimum of a 10 pip break even point. This is close back into the range. Or the 15, if I just trade off the 15, then amazing, I can take the 15, break it higher, and then play it all the way back up into, you know, all the way back up into this resistance. Unless the 15 doesn't break the high, then I wouldn't get tagged in anyway. But if the 15 does come and re-break its own high, then what am I looking at? I'm looking at, you know, almost 12. But a very quiet. I was about to say difficult session. It's not a difficult session. It's a very quiet session. It's not a difficult session when you learn to just wait for closures and breakouts, because you don't get trapped in any of this noise. You just sit through it and wait for the breakouts. You know, if I was just trading on my own right now, I would just have an alert set above here and set an alert set down below there. As soon as the alert goes off on my phone, amazing, I'll come fire the laptop again and get involved. The only reason I'm sitting through this with you guys is because we're here on stream. But funny, starting to see some breakouts. But if we don't get a trade in the next 10 minutes, it's okay. But for you guys, definitely mark on this double bottom down here because I think this is going to be very key later on. It's going to be very, very key. The plan of action on gold would be to see this spike up, grab these highs, and then you can see it push all the way back down into these lows. Which, you know, once you maybe trade it, you know, once you get back below here, then you got, you know, 60, 70 ticks, you know, from up into here is almost like 100. So there's big potential. How's, considering we're coming to the last day of the week, how's she looking? Yeah, pretty bearish. Pretty bearish. So a nice strong closure this week. Back below, you know, back below 1900 on gold. Could bring in much more downside again. You close back below 1900. It'll be the first time you close back below 1900 since, you know, back in February, which is huge. So 1900 is a very, very big level. You guys can see here. Big level, big resistance. So you get a strong daily close today. That weekly is going to be closing back below this level, and before you know it, next week you get top wick and you can see gold drive much lower. That 30-minute chart on the pound futures that someone was watching is still teasing around. I still think you're going to see the spike higher. I would be watching these previous highs up here. You can even see that even that's just kind of pretty choppy. The 15 broke out the support resistance on the currency chart, but not the futures. Would you consider that less valid? Good question. No, I would still take it. I think. I would still take it. I think the futures would follow suit because it's the only reason I still watch this currency chart up here is because you sometimes get very little small 5-minute liquidity grabs, whereas sometimes on the futures chart, you know, it will leave like a triple top or a triple bottom or a double bottom, double top. But on the currency chart, it will actually get wicked out. That's the only reason I watch this currency chart up here. But yeah, if you saw a nice breakout on this currency, I'd be okay with taking it on the futures for sure. So 5 minutes still reclosing bearish, coming into the last 5 of the 15 now. It's not looking too great. But that was the first attempt of a breakout, and it's closed right back into the range. Just wanted to say good morning to you, Anthony. Thank you, Julia. Good morning to you too. Hope everything's well. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Hope you're well as well. I'd be even better if I could catch some pips though. It'd be better if gold gave me some bank, that's for sure. There's so many levels on gold now. If I just clean these up for a second. Let me just clean these levels up. See what's actually going on here. I think, you know, we wicked out this support pushed higher. The only next downside lows to get grabbed before taking these highs would already be down here where you have this double bottom as well. So you got liquidity sitting down here and you have liquidity sitting above there. So it's which do we grab before the next push? Thanks for stream. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Thank you, Harry, man. Appreciate you tuning in. See you next week, man. Oh, fucking mosquitoes, man. I'm out. See you, man. Take it easy, man. See you in the US session. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. But yeah, it's not looking like we're gonna get a trade here, which is fine. You know, no trade means no loss. But staying patient when the 5-minute price action is like this is very, very important. It's very easy if you were just, you know, if you just had this on your charts, man, it'd be so easy to get chopped up in here. So easy. You see a bullish engulfing, amazing, you go long, pushes straight back down. He pushes down, amazing, you go short, straight back up. Same again, pushes down, you go short, straight back up. A lot of retail traders get absolutely screwed in here. This is the reason that I watch all different time frames and actually zoom out. You want to be trading in times like this and times like this, as opposed to times like this. And this was actually a lovely move in Asia. I traded Asia yesterday. I don't trade Asia today, but this is a lovely move. But overall, gold is very, very bearish. We've had this big push down. We're creeping up. We're currently ranging. You know, if we're going to see another push back down, you're probably going to see something like this, and then you're going to see something like this. textbooks will tell you that gold is just going to go down from here. You know, because the textbooks tell you that, you know, you see something like this. You see an impulse, you see a little correction, and then you see a pushback down. But the reality is you'll very likely see something like this. Or something like this. You see it break the lows, then push up, re-break the highs, and then completely swing back down. Where are we actually sitting on this actually? Let's have a look here. Yeah, we got much more room to come up higher. So look at that. 15 minute broke out there, straight back down. It's the reason I don't trust the first breakout. So if anyone did take that first breakout, again, you're straight back into drawdown and hitting stop loss. Whereas for me, I'm sitting on my hands and I'm just waiting, man. I'm just waiting. I'm not staying too patient. I'm scared to take a trade. I just need to see a breakout. If I don't get a breakout, I don't give a shit. I just want to take a trade. Also because it's August as well. Like I said, August is known to be a very, very quiet month. It's not a month to go absolutely all in. August for us so far has been good though. You know, I still had some good trades, but it's been much quieter than other months. Patience pays. But if anyone is new to the channel, remember check out the video I posted about sharing my full journey. Can you run through the fib quickly, man? Yeah, I'll run through the fib. Yeah, you don't really need it, to be honest. I don't really use it anymore. I also use just fibs for kind of swinging points. I definitely won't use it for intraday trading, but you know, I use it for these swinging points, like to kind of see levels of where we could pull back to before having a push back down. But Fibonacci is kind of like the last confluence, or kind of, you know, like the icing on the cake per se. So you want to do all your other support and resistance technicals, your liquidity regions, and then put on the fib to see which levels is sitting around. So you can kind of see, you know, we've got this resistance there, support there, and you can also see we've got the 61 and the 71 point there. So it kind of gives you another idea that amazing, you know, you may see gold pull all the way back up into these regions before a push back down, and then, you know, the downside targets are always around the minus 27 and then the minus 61. But Fibonacci should be the very last thing you do. But like I say, for intraday trading and scalping, you don't need it, to be honest. I don't use it much anymore. Like, I'm just using it on this perspective to see where this big downward move could swing up for a little bit more. You know, sometimes you may just retrace like 50% of this move and you could see some pushes down. You know, we've come into at least 50%, so we've retraced 50% of this huge move back down. So you can see you got that 61.8 sitting at that key level that I had pretty nicely. That level was already drawn there because that's a nice level of support and resistance. So now you've got that added confluence that price may push up into that region before pushing back lower. But I think I've done like two advanced videos on the fib in the community as well, man. So I would definitely give them a watch. But if you just want to intraday trade and scalp, you don't really need it. It can help, but you don't really need it. I'm in ES, 50 sell from 72. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Sounds like a pretty good entry to me. Let's have a look. Sell from 4379. 4379. 4379. Let me see. It's pretty choppy. 4379.5. It's quite low. Let me see. How did that 30 close? 30 is respecting support there. So you kind of got 30. 30 is bouncing off support there. So I'd probably wait for I mean, you're already in it, but I would have said wait for a closure below there. But you know, you never know. You may come up, retest this level before going lower. But I wouldn't be surprised to see ES kind of just range in this level. I personally would wait for a breakout again. Cheers, bro. Watch the second video last night. Good man, good man. Watch them a few times. They'll make a lot more sense the more you watch them. 15 on the S&P. You know, you've had a nice drive back down. The only problem is with jumping in shorts from down here is you're shorting the lows of this move. You know, if this is going to have a continuation back down, it's never just going to keep dropping, especially not in London. It's going to have retracements to then have that continuation back down. So you just have to survive a pullback before re-pushing lower. I don't know if I would, so mark on this low, but make sure NASDAQ hasn't already grabbed that low. If the NASDAQ's grabbed that low, that could be enough liquidity for it to push higher. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, there you go. So it has. So NASDAQ's actually liquidated that low, which the S&P was being respected. So that's a potential reversal where you grab the lows and could re-push higher. So the NASDAQ and ES correlations is very, very important. ES hasn't grabbed the lows, but NASDAQ already has. So now the ES doesn't need to and could push higher. Whereas, let me just show you this. Let me send you this. This is kind of the... but yeah, that's it guys, Zoom guys. I'll let you guys go. No trades today. Gold is just ranging. Don't get too chopped up or focused on this range. Just let it do its thing. Like I say, do what I'm going to do right now. You know, I'm going to set an alert above, but I'm going to set an alert below. As soon as my alerts go off, amazing, I'll fire up the laptop and see how the price is looking. But Zoom guys, watch these lows down here later on. I'm going to be jumping on for the US session today because I'd like to take advantage of Fun Coupon Friday. But yeah, I'll let you guys go and I'll talk to you guys in the Discord. Take it easy, guys. See you soon. See you, man. Bye-bye. Alright, YouTube fam, I'm going to wrap up there. Price is just ranging. No trades today. No trades taken today, but also no losses taken today. But we also shared a shit ton of value, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Like I say, we can't control this volume. We can only control the positions that we decide to take. And for me, right now, that's none. Price is ranging. I'm going to let price range. I don't give a shit. I've set some alerts. If we get some breakouts later on, amazing. Then I'll trade it and I'll be fresh, clean, ready to take a nice position because I'm not chasing any losses of these ranging markets. So you guys go check out the other videos that I post as well. There's lots of value on the stream. And remember, I go live every Tuesday to Friday. So you guys enjoy your weekend, trade safe, and I'll see you next week. Peace.